What's up, everybody? Welcome for the first time or back to another Is God for Against Me video. And yes, it has been a long time since I actually uploaded to this channel. I've been so focused on building the other YouTube channels that I have for career purposes. But this particular video on this day just it kind of woke me up, for better or for worse. It snapped me out of it like, wait, what? What is this? So this morning, after teaching a class that I had, I enjoy some Key and Peele videos, certain sketch comedies that they actually do, but one was just so downright disturbing and made completely no sense whatsoever that I was like, I have to talk about this. This is ridiculous. All right, so in a recent video that they just actually did with demonic possession at the Tailor, Key and Peele. All right, I don't even know if I can actually play this video in its full entirety. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to just kind of scrub. I'm gonna pause it. Okay, we'll wait till this ad goes off. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to just pause it right there. All right. And so pretty much in this video, which was just released as I'm recording about 16 hours ago. All right, it was published yesterday. And I don't know how many people caught this. I just read some of the comments that, a lot of people were actually it was only a few people actually that kind of was like, yo, this video is disturbing. It's very creepy. It's weird. And there is a lot. So basically the premise of this video is that um Peele, let me see, am I getting my names mixed up? Like Jordan Peele and Keegan Key. I'm getting these names confused. Like I always get them confused. I don't know why. Let's not have that be the focus of the video of my confusion. But anyway, Jordan right here, he is playing this like kind of valley surfer dude coming in. He's talking on the phone, having a conversation, and actually some of the references that he makes, like he's actually talking about some dinner, I guess, at an Indian joint, and to be honest with you, at the very end of the video is what you see here at the 2 minute and 41 mark is a kid who opens up a third eye. And I'll get to that in the actual second. But if we look here, we keep going. He's talking on the phone. All right, so Key is actually giving him his measurements. And as he's giving him his measurements, the premise of the joke is that this is supposed to be his stomach growling. This is supposed to be Jordan's like stomach growling. And I guess as his stomach is growling, you would just assume, the viewer would assume that, okay, this guy is hungry. But the stomach rumblings actually represent and eventually transform into a demonic voice. Like really pretty much the whole joke is very predictable in that aspect. I was like, okay, you read the title, demonic possession, the stomach's growling, the voice is going to come into the stomach rumbling. Okay, I kind of get that. That's actually what happens. That's kind of what's expected. But as the stomach starts to formulate, as the not the stomach, as the voice starts to formulate, it's actually talking and telling Key that the end is near. If I could actually find the subtitle here that actually says that, let me see here. From the eternal from within. All right, that's the demonic voice. This is all some creepy sort of stuff. Okay, let's see here. Murdering, the answer is yes. Okay, everything is changing. That's what the demonic voice is saying. So from the eternal, said there's some very cryptic messaging that's going on in here. You don't, whether or not you believe me or not, or you thinking like you're just trying to scare us, you're raining on our parade, you Christian types, you extremists, whatever, fine. I mean, I know what I actually see. My point in this video is to not actually try to dissuade you from watching this. That's actually not what I'm trying to do. Actually, you could watch it, see for yourself, have your own opinion. I'm just, whether or not you believe it doesn't necessarily make it mean that it's not true. It just means that you don't accept it. That's all that it means. So personally, my hope, my rest of course in Jesus Christ. I have a peace about certain things while people are just sitting up here panicking about a pending global crash. They're worrying about the actions of our president. They're so concerned about holding on tightly to a lot of these things, and really the true liberation comes in where you can just actually let it go and just know, like, you know what, no matter what happens, the Lord provides my sense of peace. The Lord gives me a peace beyond all understanding. That's scriptural. You have to actually live that out to understand what I'm actually talking about. So I could talk all day and throw scriptures at you all day long, but I'm not going to really do that in this video. I just wanted to actually point some things out that this video right here, this particular joke, and I've seen a lot of Key and Peele jokes, and this one was just very, the humor was very stale in it. It wasn't really funny. It actually, my spiritual antennas just went up, and it was like, pay attention to this, pay attention to that. And I've seen enough. In 2012, I was on this Illuminati biblical binge where I just studied a lot of the sort of occultic messaging that goes on in certain like videos and stuff. You really have to come to the question in terms of, what do these guys believe in? What do they believe in, and how does that get expressed through their media that they're pushing out to us, through their art forms? How does that getting expressed? Because a lot of people just think that these guys are atheists, but really they're Luciferians. They believe that there is a God. They just believe that God is the bad guy and Lucifer really is the good guy. You know, if you're a very selfish person and you understand anything about Lucifer, if you understand anything about Satan, he's all for it. You doing what you want and giving in to those baser desires, giving into your deep-seated pride, your deep-seated just everything that embodies and makes you want to only be concerned with yourself. You know, that's what he's all about. So you have to just ask those questions. Let's just keep scrubbing through this. So everything is changing. The end is near, Sal. He keeps telling that the end is near. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of skip. We can see actually right here at this point, he farts. I mean, his stomach was growling. It was bubbling up. He was going to fart. Eventually, it was going to be a little too late. Like, that was the punchline. I saw the punch. Oh, okay. His stomach's growling. He's just going to, you know, fart, whatever. His rumbling. All right. It was kind of an easy thing to get. And this was just weird. Like, why is this even here in the video? Change is coming. And a lot of people in the comments was actually saying that this was a reference to the Golden Child. It's been a while since I've seen a movie Golden Child. But even still, like, why is this even here in this video? You have a demonic voice, and then you have this occultic sort of kid coming here. And then what makes this even more occultic? And, you know, Jordan's reference back to the Indian restaurant, and then you have this at the end. There was a lot of, I believe there was a lot of predictive programming going on here, but we could see that the third eye is about to open. All right, and I can't, because of the frame, you won't actually be able to see too much of it, but you can kind of actually see the imprint. Okay, you won't be able to see. I'm trying to see if I can. All right, there we go. All right, so this is very creepy. Like, you just see this third eye here just pop up, and even as I'm looking at it, it's very disturbing. Like, this kid's third eye just pops up. All right, I'm just gonna kind of get off of that. Let's go to the end. But, and I'm not one that studies the occult, but from what I've heard, other people who are now Christians and they give their testimonies about formerly being in a cult, they talk about things such as the age of Aquarius, this time where they believe that their peace and prosperity is supposed to come through. Like, complete chaos has to happen first before we experience any sheer sort of true peace and prosperity that's supposed to happen on this earth. You know, and at that time, biblically in the book of Revelation, it says when people are talking about peace and safety, that's when disaster is just going to really strike, you know. And biblically, I mean, Satan is supposed to have his time, have his way on the earth. You may think like, oh, he's having it right now. That I'm gonna save that for a whole nother like video, a whole nother teaching, I guess I should say, whether or not is Satan actually here at this moment of time, or people just waiting on their master to arise back, for those of them that believe he is the good guy. But there is some occultic ties in this video. Based on the type of movies with Get Out and Us, you know, you have to question what these celebrities, what their beliefs are. You know, just because they mention or say the word God or Jesus Christ does not mean that they're a Christian. You have to examine. You can see what their beliefs are through the art forms that they put out, through the media, through everything else, through the way that they talk, their mannerisms. You have to pay attention to all of that, not just the words that come out of somebody's mouth, because right now there is a lot of deception. People will be so deceived be so deceived that they'll believe they'll believe the lie to be a truth, and they'll be so ingrained into that lie that when you try to tell them something else, there'll be this resentfulness. There'll be this resentfulness and hostility that exists towards you. All right. So for those of you who are trying to expose and actually show what's going on, that's what's happening. Even as I make this video, for those who have a deep, and I don't want to believe this myself, because there's a lot of skits that I actually do find funny by Key and Peele, but I'm not emotionally attached. For those people that are just so emotionally attached into a lot of the entertainment that's going on, when you try to go against it, people do get emotional because they have this emotional connection to it. These super fans. So it's a really hard thing when you try to expose it for something else, and people just they're not going to accept it, which is fine. But like I said, this video isn't about trying to get you to stop watching Key and Peele. That doesn't really work. Coming on here on YouTube and quote unquote exposing the Illuminati, that's not I haven't found that to be an effective strategy. Maybe for other people it does, but I just wanted to, it was just really on me to just really point out what is actually going on, just give you some clarity and explain to you some of the actual, that this is cryptic messaging that is going on in this video. Whether you believe it or not, it's up to you, but I just wanted to highlight it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and show some other videos too that you should actually check out, that's here on this channel, that I've done a while back, but they may also provide some clarity in terms of what's going on in the world, and give you some more interest about things, about how life ties in to some of the biblical principles that exist within the Bible. Thank y'all for watching. I will see you in the next video. God bless y'all.